Hey guys, NS Productions 8104 here, and today, well, obviously in front of us we got something very unique. I have bought something very unique. This, my friends, is the new Broadway Limited Paragon 4 Reading T1 number 2101 dressed up in its American Freedom Train number 1 paint scheme. This paint scheme represents the T1 in the year 1976 when this T1 wore this specific scheme. I have photos of when it was in my hometown in 1975 where it is wearing the 75 version. See on the front there's no eagle, no modified headlights, no placard across the front, nothing. So, and oh yeah, it doesn't have the flying number boards either. So, this is the 1976 version. Now, let's get started on the details on this beautiful model. So, we're going to start off with the front here. On the front here, we got a nice pilot with nice steps on either side of the pilot. You got a working knuckle coupler. It's similar to a KD number 5. It's actually not a KD number 5, but it is a working coupler. You got your coupler cut bar right here. That works. You got a nice grab on. You got a nice grab iron going across the front there. You got your beautiful placard that says American Freedom Train plastered right on the front. It's a beautiful locomotive. You got your number board here. You got a number board here with the number 1 with stars on each side. And up again, up here. On these number boards, you got a free swinging brass bell with, it swings very nicely. You got a separately applied, which you actually have to apply it. It's not applied right out of the box. Eagle on the top of the headlight here. You have to put that on yourself. You got non-working marker lights. You got a working LED headlight with Rule 17 lighting, so it will stay dim until the locomotive is in action. You got nicely well casted boiler front here. You got your air compressors behind here and here. You got this nice separately applied wire that goes down the entire side of each side of the boiler. Go to the engineer side here. As you guys can see, it has blackened metal wheels, not painted metal, blackened metal wheels. You got the beautiful drivers here with the nice white walls, beautiful running gear, eccentric crank, all that. It all runs great. You got beautifully detailed pistons here. The red looks amazing, except for this gap. I don't know what's up with this gap. I've pressed down on it and it doesn't seem to fit, so I might have to fiddle with that, but it doesn't really bother me too much. On your rear driver here, you got a set of traction tires on them. You got brake detailing. You got more plumbing under here. Coming up to the top of the boiler, you got a working synchronized chuffing smoke action. I love that feature. Got your feed water. And you got your feed water heater here. You got more detailing coming down the side of the boiler. You got your drive pipe right here. Separately applied wire with stanchions that are separately applied and painted. Coming along to the back here. Got a nicely, I think this is the whistle. I'm not seeing a clearly defined whistle on this guy, so I'm assuming this right here is the whistle. You got your safety valves here. You got your dynamo. Now, coming to the cab. You got a nice number 1. You got the Georgia S. Cashman underneath it. Separately applied window panes on the front and the side. Hand painted crew figures. Blackened roof. You got vents on the top that do not open. You got nice riveting detail all throughout this part. Coming to the tender. You got the nice American Freedom Train off to the side and the red stripe with the white. You got the nice presidential seal here. Real co-load that hides the speaker. More simply applied grab irons on the back here. More simply applied grab irons with the wire. You got a ladder. Underneath, you don't have very much, but you got nicely detailed trucks. I mean, it's nothing scale train standards, but they look nice. You got to simply apply grab iron here and here. More plumbing detail. You got your blower right there. If you go now, if you take a peek at the conductor side, it's almost the exact same thing, minus the drive pipe. This locomotive is a very nice locomotive. This is my first high-end detailed steam engine I've ever bought. This was a pretty penny. Even though I'm a little late to the market when it comes to these, this guy cost me $450 from trainworld.com. This is not cheap. I will say one thing, though. The fact that these number boards on the side of the headlight do not light up, nor these light up, kind of a disappointment there, Broadway. When you pay $450 for a steam locomotive, stuff like lit number boards, kind of standards nowadays. Online, it says it's supposed to have a firebox flicker. I have not found any evidence of that at all. I might take off the shell and see if there is an LED located in this area. But as far as I know, I have not seen a firebox flicker, which is another disappointment. When you're paying $450 plus for a high-end quality steam locomotive, stuff like that should be there. I can go out and I can buy a scale trains locomotive that's got lit number boards, ground lights, ditch lights, walkway lights, and that cost me $250 to $300. I mean, yeah, I get it. Steam engines are more expensive because of all this intricate work down here. But at the same time, at $450, we should be getting lit number boards at least on the side of the headlight. That's a little ridiculous. The number boards on the side of the headlight don't light up. I understand these. These are a little hard to put wires up to, but at least these ones should be lit. And the fact that they're not, that's just a big no-no for me. Considering the fact I have a nickel plate road Berkshire from the 90s by Proto 2000 that has the feature, and I paid $200 for that with DC. Even if I would drop the money and put a decoder in that and had a speaker, it only cost me $130. So my total investment, about $310. Over $100 cheaper than this guy, but yet at least I got that feature, full sound, plus the ability to add extra lights. I can even do a cab light, flickering firebox. I could really, if I wanted to, do this. But for a little less, you get a little more. This is just unacceptable. But besides the fact that the number boards are not lit, like I said, at least on the headlight, besides that, this engine's a great model. Runs great, pulls great. It's got no issues going around 18-inch curves. I got one on my layout, and it goes around it no problem. As other engines, for say, like my Bachmann Plus 484 Niagara that is supposed to handle 18-inch curves, doesn't do it, nor does my Bachmann Spectrum K4 do that. So I will give Broadway that. They got a solid mechanism, solid drivetrain, runs great. And the other thing is, that really pesters me, is these blackened metal wheels instead of painted. Like, come on. You got the rest of the wheels that are painted black, but then you got your pilot wheels with blackened wheels? What the heck? And also, these should be painted to hide that blemish, because it sticks out like a sore thumb. Alright, so in the next part of the video, you're going to see this. I'm going to throw this guy on the track, and I'm going to give you guys a sound demo. Alright, we got this guy on the track. Now, the only thing I have done differently from the factory is the fact I have just programmed it to number 1. So, here we go. So, like most Broadway Limited Imports engines, you just give it a little bit of throttle, comes right to life. So, turn on the headlight. There goes the smoke already. There it is. Yeah, look at the smoke just pour out of this thing. Alright, so we got the headlight. You guys can obviously hear the sounds. Here's the whistle. It does have two other alternate whistles. One of them sounds like a Pennsylvania locomotive. I'm going to turn the smoke off for a second. Turn the smoke off, you hit F7. Alright, so as you can see, the number board on the side of the headlight is not lit. Again, a little annoying, but alright, whatever. So here's speed step 1 on it. It's got a little bit of momentum programmed from the factory. That humming you hear is because of the Paragon 4 sound system. Nothing you can do about it, but as you guys can see, it's a very smooth runner, even at speed step 1. This locomotive has been broken. Runs great. Sounds great, as you guys know. I also hit the F8 so we can listen to this guy. I mean, besides the humming of the motor, this is a pretty quiet drivetrain. You don't hear any clanking of the bars, nothing. It's smooth. So, it is smooth. As I say, you got the Rule 17 lighting, so the headlight's on dim, moves, and you see it brightens up. So, why don't we put a passenger consist behind it, because sadly, I do not have any of the American Freedom Train passenger cars, nor does a lot of manufacturers make those in general. I'm pretty sure the only company that I know of that's outside of brass that has made them is Lionel. And those are hard to get as is, so I think I'm going to be custom building a lot of the cars for those consoles. So let's unmute it. Turn on the smoke. And let's roll out. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next layout update, which should be coming out in the next week or so.